Hello everyone, long time no see. Today's video we're going to be talking about a really awesome MOC I just recently built. This MOC was created by Barduck, and you can purchase the instructions for this on Rebrickable. But what I'm actually showing you is a set that is sold by LesDiy. This company works with designers, much like myself, to put their creations out to the masses by gathering all the pieces that you need to assemble it and shipping them to your door. Keep in mind, they are using their own injection molded parts. These are not Lego pieces, but they are Lego compatible. The clutching power and the color of their parts are very comparable, and I have to say they are of what I would consider to be good quality. But let's talk more about the build. I've been starting to get into trains a lot lately, and I thought this thing looked really cool. LesDiy had contacted me recently and asked me if they could send me a few sets for me to try out, and I happily accepted. This is one of the first sets I've received, and I have to say this thing is massive. Now, it took me about 8 hours to assemble it. It has a total of 1,763 pieces, and let me tell you, this thing is almost completely built out of plates. Just to give you a little size comparison, here is an official Lego train right next to this thing. So you can see it is massive. Now, I will tell you, because the instructions are made, again, by the designers like me, depending on the quality of the instruction that the designer makes, they can be or cannot be easy to follow. In this particular situation, the instructions can be a little bit difficult to follow at times. There's a lot of areas that leave it open to your imagination to figure out where the part actually goes because they're not showing you what you're working on in the instructions. And while this particular build is an amazing looking build, I would only recommend this to extremely seasoned builders because there is a lot of very difficult techniques used to assemble this. When you buy your set, you will see that it comes in a LesDiy box, very basic packaging. Open up the front cover, and in the inside you have a little scan code that you scan to get your instructions. Your instructions are not printed. They are a downloadable PDF file just like you would get on Rebrickable. The parts are not divided into separate bags, although you can see that there is 4 different bags. It is not like your typical Lego set where it's bags 1 through 10, for example. This, you are going to have to pour everything out onto a table and either sort it or do it like I do and just pour it into piles and go for it. But I grew up with Lego, and that is how all original Lego sets used to be as well. So to me, I am very accustomed to building in this manner. This comes complete with 2 train motors, battery box, a receiver, switcher, and even a remote control. So this comes fully ready to assemble and put on your train track and get it to go. And this is not at the fault of LesDiy. While building this particular train is very fragile. I would only consider this to be usable for a display piece. The way a lot of the parts go together, this thing would fall apart if you tried to run it on your track. This is not the fault of LesDiy. This is exactly the way the designer, Barduck, designed the set. And there are a lot of things that I personally would change if I was going to build this out of Lego to use it for an actual functioning train. I will tell you, for the average Lego builder, this is not something you are going to want to buy. Again, very cool build, very cool design. I mean, it looks awesome fully assembled, but I like to give my complete and honest opinion, and this is not something I would recommend for most people. At the price point of $199.99, this is something that would be a lot of fun to assemble and set on a shelf for a really cool conversation piece in your Lego room. For someone looking to build an awesome looking train to run around their Lego city, I do not recommend this set. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video and review, and we'll see you next time on Bevins Bricks.